we start with the next part of life processes, that is respiration. Now when the body is multicellular, a single cell cannot take all the oxygen, means diffusion is insufficient to meet the oxygen requirement of the body. At this time respiration is necessary, and for respiration every human body, whether they are big animals also, they need a special respiratory system to convert that food which we have eaten into energy. So respiration is the intake of oxygen. We are constantly breathing. We are respiring means we are breathing. We are taking in oxygen and we are giving out carbon dioxide. And this is done with equivalent amount of giving out of energy in the form of ADP, that is adenose triphosphate. Now the food which we are eating, all this is consist of very complex molecules, and these very complex molecules like glucose, they are converted into energy when we take in oxygen. Now taking in of this oxygen, we call it respiration, where the food is converted into energy. Now this respiration, it may be aerobic, means it can take place in the presence of oxygen, or it is anaerobic, means it can take place in the absence of oxygen. So the glucose in our body, this glucose, it is a 6-carbon molecule. When it undergoes glycolysis, means when this glucose breaks in the cytoplasm of our cells and it is converted into a 3-carbon molecule which is called pyruvate. It is pyruvic acid containing 3 carbon atoms. Now this pyruvic acid, it is converted into energy in 3 different ways. One is anaerobic. Anaerobic respiration takes place in animals, like in very small organisms like yeast. These yeast, they undergo fermentation and they convert this pyruvate into ethanol. Ethanol contains 2 carbon atoms, and with that it gives out carbon dioxide and energy. But this energy which is given out in anaerobic oxidation respiration is very less. Okay. Then sometimes during respiration in our muscles, this pyruvate, it is converted into lactic acid. When there is a bit less amount of oxygen in the body, means in less supply of oxygen, that which oxidation takes place, then this pyruvate, it is converted into lactic acid. Again it contains 3 carbon atoms and energy is given out. In the same way, we are taking in oxygen, means pyruvate in our body, it is converted into carbon dioxide which we exhale into water, and energy. This is the maximum amount of energy, that is 38 molecules of adenose triphosphate are given out. So remember, when respiration takes place, it may be aerobic or it may be anaerobic. Aerobic means that which takes place in the presence of oxygen, and anaerobic means in organisms like yeast which undergo fermentation. There it takes place in the absence of oxygen. Okay. Now this then ATP, it is our, remember, it is the energy currency of our body which is giving us a large amount of energy. Okay. Now those animals which are aquatic, they are taking the oxygen from the water. So aquatic animals, they have a high breathing rate. Why? Because they have to absorb all the oxygen from the water, and then they have to take oxygen which is dissolved in that water. So fishes which are aquatic animals, they are taking in oxygen with the help of water which is present there. So this oxygen is taken in their body with the help of gills. If the animals are very small, if they are amoeba or paramecium or planaria, these animals, they are single celled. So the whole cell membrane can take in oxygen. So there is diffusion, and because of diffusion they can take in oxygen and they can produce energy for their different cell activities. Okay. So remember, we are respiring means we are breathing. So what is breathing? It is the process in which oxygen rich air is taken in, inhaled, and carbon dioxide rich air is given out. So breathing, it is a combination of inhalation and exhalation together. This we call it breathing. Okay. So in our body, in our human blood, it contains a pigment, respiratory pigment, which is our blood, and this blood, it contains this respiratory pigment which is called hemoglobin, and it is the hemoglobin which has a highest capacity to take in oxygen. So this oxygen is taken up by the blood, and carbon dioxide is taken from all the body parts, and again it is giving out also from the body through the blood. So it is the blood which is having a respiratory pigment which is called hemoglobin, which is the carrier of oxygen in our whole body. Okay, so this is how respiration is giving you energy. Okay, so during respiration, we are using the respiratory system, which we are taking in air through the nasal cavity. Through our nose, we have got two nostrils. Through these two nostrils from the nasal cavity, we are taking in oxygen. When we take in oxygen, our nasal cavity, it has got some hair, it has got a mucous membrane which secretes this mucus, and it is this sticky mucus where if there is any impurity in the air, then this air, it is purified when it goes into the nose. So all the sticky material, the impurities, they remain in the nose, they remain stuck to that mucus. So this is the nose. From the nose, from the nostrils, the air is going into the nose. From the nose, it is going into the nasal passage. In this nasal passage and the buccal cavity, both are differentiated. They are away from each other. They are differentiated with the help of a bony plate. Okay. From the nasal passage, this air, it goes into the pharynx. From the pharynx, it will go into the larynx, which is a voice box. And after the voice box, that is the larynx, it goes into the trachea. Now this trachea, it is known as the windpipe. So this windpipe, it should not stick to each other. Therefore, there are rings of cartilage in our throat. Rings of cartilage means they are thin plates, bony plates, which were making the trachea. They do not allow the trachea to come together. So it remains in its position because of these rings of cartilage which are present in the throat. Okay. From the trachea, this air, it passes into the bronchi. There are two bronchi. So this is one singular, it is called as the bronchus, and this bronchus, it leads into the lungs. Okay. Now in the lungs, there are these bronchus. They are divided into smaller tubes which are known as the bronchioles, and these bronchioles, they have got alveoli. These are known as the air sacs, and this air sacs, it has got capillaries. They have got blood capillaries attached to it, where that blood, it is taking all the oxygen, which when we inhale oxygen, all that oxygen, it is taken by this alveoli. So these air sacs, they undergo expansion, they expand, and all the blood capillaries, they are attached to the alveoli. So these air sacs, when they expand, they give all their oxygen into this blood. So that blood, it becomes oxygenated. Those capillaries which are carrying the blood, they become oxygenated. They carry all the oxygen to all the different parts of the body, and that oxygen, it is used to convert that glucose into pyruvate, and then that pyruvate, it is converted into carbon dioxide. It is giving us energy, and that carbon dioxide which is coming back, again it is exhaled by this, again taken by the alveoli, and again it is given out. Means during inhalation, oxygen is taken in, and during exhalation, all this carbon dioxide, it comes out. So there is constant pumping of air into the lungs. So the main respiratory organs are what? The lungs. So these are the bronchioles, which is bringing the air to the alveoli. These alveoli, these air sacs, they have got a very large surface area. It has a surface area of nearly 80 square meters. There are millions and millions of air sacs in our lungs, which are carrying all these various is carrying all the oxygen from which we are inhaling to all the different parts of the body. So in below this lungs, there is the diaphragm. It is a sheet of muscle. When we are exhaling, it moves up, and we are inhaling, it comes down. So this is how all these lungs, they are engaged, they are in together. They are present in a rib cage, so that they should not collapse. They have a bony structure there, and that bony structure, it is known as the rib cage. So the lungs are present inside this rib cage. So this rib cage is moving up and down movement when we are inhaling and exhaling. So this is how there is a protection of the lungs are protected with the help of what? The rib cage. Okay. So this is how the respiratory system works. The main parts of the respiratory system, these are the nostrils, which air is going in through the nose. Then it comes to the nasal passage, which contains the mucus and the hair. Then it comes to the pharynx, then the larynx, then the trachea, which is known as the windpipe. Then they move into the true bronchi, and these bronchi, they have got small tubules which are known as the bronchioles, and at the end of the bronchioles there are the air sacs, which are the alveoli, and these alveoli, these are known as the air sacs from which the oxygen from our inhalated air, it goes into the blood, and again carbon dioxide from the blood taken from all the parts of the body, again it goes into the alveoli, it is exhaled. So we are inhaling oxygen and we are exhaling carbon dioxide, and this is how our respiratory system is working. And why we have a respiratory system? Because our body is made up of thousands and millions of cells, and these cells, they cannot be simple diffusion. If it is a unicellular animal, diffusion can help you to bring in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide, but diffusion is insufficient to meet the oxygen requirement of the body, and therefore our body is working with the help of a special system which is known as the respiratory system. Okay, so this is how respiration and breathing, they are moving side by side, and respiration takes place in the human